So, good day everyone. Our topic is all about values integration. So, you do not just teach math, you teach students with young and impressionable brains. Primary teachers plays an important role in developing young learners' hearts and minds. What students learn in primary years can mold the persons they will become. Instilling good values in children early will help them grow into successful and responsible citizens of the nation. Mathematics can be used as a tool for values integration. Values such as honesty, patience, and resilience in facing failures are some of the many values that can be developed through mathematics. So, this integration also helps answer the common questions posed by many students. So, integrations allow students to see the usefulness and importance of mathematics, which therefore enables them to develop new understandings and skills. Integrating math into other subject areas. So first, integrating mathematics into curriculum can be quite challenging and require use. So math is a very abstract subject. For students, learning usually happens best when they can relate it to real life. As math becomes more advanced and challenging, that can be difficult to do. As a result, many students find themselves needing to work harder and practice longer to understand more abstract math concepts. Second, math is connected to a lot of disciplines and should not be isolated from other subjects. So, like for example na lang sa, ano ba? Sa English and math subject. A significant reason math is different from other subject it because it is more objective and by its nature are quantifiable. So, for example, sa English, if a student takes a math exam, typically she can expect to be given a set of problems. She's expected to solve for a specific number or value. So sa English, of course, kapag sumasagot ka ng mga exams, hindi naman kapag English yung ano mo, like for example na lang sa POM, 'di ba? Meron siyang mga syllables or something. Of course, hindi naman number yung isasagot mo, kundi mga words. Next is, our complex brains looks for patterns and interconnections as its way of making sense of things. Detecting pattern is an important part of how humans learn and make decisions. They are learning patterns and developing rules that guide their decisions and make them faster and more accurate. Next, our learners developed an appreciation for mathematics and a deeper understanding of concepts when they make connections with prior experiences or with different areas of learning. So, understanding refers to a student's grasp of fundamental mathematical ideas. Students with understanding know more than isolated facts and procedures. They know why mathematical ideas is important in the context in which it is useful. Furthermore, they are aware of many connections between mathematical ideas. Tapping into the affective domain. So, Dr. Benjamin Bloom, he classified the three domains of educational learning. So, first is the cognitive, second is affective, and third is psychomotor. So, according to Krathwohl, 1964, in the formal classroom setup, the bulk of the teacher's lesson planning focuses on the cognitive and psychomotor domain, or psychomotor aspects of the teaching learning process. The affective domain is include the manner in which we deal with things emotionally, such as feelings, values, appreciation, motivations, and attitude. So the values integration and retention of information. So this explains that through association of values or standards of behavior serves as a source of motivation for students, especially when it is in line with the concepts of mathematics. Lastly is the values integration. So values integration will help students get life lesson through math. If students find a learning material engaging and meaningful, then they will ask for more. Since curiosity will start to kick in, curiosity is the force behind lifelong learning. So the values integration will help students get life lesson wherein their curiosity will arise and their interest towards the learning process will be developed.
So now I'm going to discuss the math topic and the values integrations. So number 1, 0 as a placeholder. So we consider a 0 is a number that does not worth anything on its own. But in reality, 0 makes a lot of difference. So maikukumpara natin siya sa buhay na naisip natin minsan na tayo ay worthless kasi nga wala pa tayong naabot sa buhay. Wala pa tayong maipagmalaki. But then, we put in the place for us to be learned. May paglalagyan tayo. So, we have a place in the social world. So, kailangan lang natin is gumawa ng action at paraan upang makamit yung mga pangarap mo. So, number 2, equivalent fraction. So, notice that despite in the differences in form, color, ethnicity, faith, mental health condition, our life is worth the same and worth saving. So, we are born equal. Magkaiba man tayo ng pananaw sa buhay, magkaiba man yung kulay natin, yung paniniwala, estado ng buhay natin, but then, we are equal. Pantay-pantay tayo sa mata ng Panginoon. So, iisa pa rin ang pangarap buhay at yun ay maabot yung ating mga pangarap. So, sa buhay, huwag natin ihusga. Huwag tayong humusga sa kakayanan ng bawat isa kasi lahat tayo ay may taglay na kakayahan sa paggawa o sa pagharap ng buhay. So, yun. Number 3, shapes. So, shape. What is the shape of life right now? So, what are the gifts that you have received? So, nag-i-experience man tayo ng pagkalungkot sa buhay, marami mang problema, pagsubok, but then, it just like a shape of a circle. Umiikot lang, kung kaya manatili tayong positibo sa pagharap ng buhay. So, yun. Number 4. So, whole numbers. Whole numbers is what were your experience in the past that make you feel whole or complete. So, isa sa buhay natin ito. So, di ba sa buhay natin is may failure. So, nawasak man yung pananaw mo dahil hindi mo na-achieve yung gusto mong grado. But then, we must be still the whole. Experience of bullying because of grades, huwag nating dibdibin sapagkat maggagawa pa rin naman natin itong maiangat. So, manatili lang tayo maging positibo. Number 5, order of operation. So, order of operation is why are rules important. To what aspect of obeying rules did you find quite challenging in the past? And what are the steps, process do you follow in solving your problems? So, believe that you can do. sa pag-aaral, mayroon talaga tayong sinasabing mga patakaran, at ito yung paggawa natin ng mga activities, pag-comply ng mga activities, paggawa ng mga tasks. So, in order to achieve your expected grades, nahihirapan ka man, natatamad minsan, but then, let your mind na may pangarap ka. So, in order na magawa mo yan, put a motivation in yourself na kaya mo. So, proceed. Number 6, factors and multiples. So, what are the some benefits of being organized? How do you deal with people who are having a hard time organizing things? So, mas organized, mas madaling gawin. So, dapat sa pagharap ng hamon ng buhay, dapat lagi ka lang positibo. Huwag mo naisipin kung ano man ang sinasabi ng mga tao sa'yo. So, dapat isaalang-alang man din natin yung pangarap sa ating buhay. Ano nga ba ang purpose mo sa mundong ito? So, ano ba ang purpose mo sa pagtahak mo sa kursong kinukuha mo? So, with it, you have a clear mindset para gawin ng mga bagay tungo sa iyong mga tagumpay.
Now let's proceed to addition and subtraction of fractions. Relate this to the idea that most of us tend to be attracted to the people who are similar to ourselves. So what are the qualities would you like your friends to have? Do you also possess these qualities? Reflect on the saying opposite attract. Do you believe in this saying? Should you listen to the opinion of a person that is not similar to you? Why or why not? So relating it to real life situation, we live in a very diverse world, and even two people who are different in some qualities, but they can still work harmoniously. The weaknesses of the other partner can be fulfilled by the strengths of the other, and vice versa. Fractions that are dissimilar can be still combined. You just have to do some modifications to the denominators to make them similar. A key value that you need to develop is modifying your attitude and genuinely respecting other people. Next is geometry, triangles. Relate this lesson to the rigidity of triangles. Other polygons can be easily deformed. If you make a rectangle or square from metal wires with hinges at the corner, you will find that it does not stay in that orientation. It can be transformed into an ordinary parallelogram. In a triangle, each edge is supported by the other two edges. This characteristic make a triangle stable. You have to act like triangles. You have to make sure that you have a strong support group. So for us to become stable in life, we make sure that we have a strong support from our family in physical, emotional, and financial aspects. Next is patterns. A person develops a pattern of behavior if he or she repeats an activity over and over again. What are the personal behavior patterns that you wish to break? Why? What are the personal behavior patterns that you wish to form? Why? So, we can relate or we can connect patterns into habits. So, as we notice, most of the children have the habits of nail biting, and it is the most common childhood habit. Boys and girls appear equally prone to the habit in early years. However, as they get older, boys are more likely to be nail biters. I think this is one of the personal behavior patterns that children want to break. As an alternative, you can distract the attention of your children by making them help you in the kitchen or work on a craft. Now let's proceed to data presentation. Give examples where the use of bar bar graph or a pictograph can be obtuse. You should not let students be easily manipulated by misleading statistics. So what's wrong with this? Both graphs are presenting the same data set. What can you say about the first graph and the second graph? Which graph presents a more accurate reflection on the increase in house prices? So, in the first graph, it looks like there's been a massive jump in house prices as I am looking at the bars. And the second bar looks almost twice the jump of the first bar. In the second graph, we can see it's been truncated scale. The difference is only 1,000, definitely not triple. And the second graph, the scale is correct. And it starts with 0. You can see that the difference in the house price between 2 years is really not that much compared to the whole price of the house. So it looks like the first graph presents a more accurate reflection on the increase of the house prices. Next is which graph is misleading? Misleading. Why? So the first graph is the misleading one because it shows exaggerated use of area or volume. You can see that the first graph is showing the number of singles sold, and we can't see exactly what those desire, and the point can be illustrated. Next is which graphs is misleading. Why? So the correct way to draw a pictograph without distorting the information presented is the second pictograph. So you have to key animals on being about the same size, even though in real life, animals aren't the same size in a data presentation. You can see then that the image of cats represents there's more cats than dogs, horses, and fishes, and to be perspective that it was designed to be. So a difference in size or area of each picture distorts data. Polygons. Increasing the number of sides of a polygon approximates a circle. And in ancient times, a circle is considered as a perfect shape. In life, if you want to improve yourself, you shall undergo a lot of trials. Increasing the number of trials means gaining new insights, perspective. These new insights will make you a better person. Next is units of measurement. Why are units important? Units are like names. Their names help identify who they are. Objects also have names. They can be identified and described further using their units. So it shows the importance of identity or the sense of identity. All things have their own identity, and things can be illustrated further using their units. In our society, it is vital to educate people on the traditional values of our country. There is a growing demand for teachers to deliberately teach values by setting a good example and discussing or processing moral issues to learners. It is therefore crucial to the formation of students that you deliberately use an electric mix of method to convey the important values that the students have to uphold.